Hey guys!
こんにちは、久しぶりです。
We're in our house!
Yeah.
It's so crazy! I can't believe we have a house. It doesn't feel real being here.
I'm not so used to being here yet.
It feels like a vacation. It feels like every day I'm gonna wake up and then we're gonna have to leave and go back to a small apartment. All of the cats are in the windowsill behind the camera right now. This is not a house tour video because there are still a lot of things here that we need to set up. Not like fun stuff for the camera, like cat stuff, although we do have a lot of like DIY cat stuff to do. But like, there's a lot of basic stuff we don't have yet, like toilet paper holders and bathroom mirrors. I don't know why I tried to do makeup today. Don't look at me very closely.
Oh, you didn't use a mirror?
I used a tiny mirror, but it was
nice.
difficult. Thank you. June is blind without his glasses, so just so you guys know. I can't trust him at all. So yeah, we have so much stuff to do, so we're not ready to give you guys a tour yet, but we will, of course. We only have this house thanks to all of you and our cats and our sponsors from this past year. Actually, today is going to be our last sponsored video for a while.
Bokksu.
Yeah, thank you guys so much for being patient with us and putting up with like all of our sponsors this year. I know a lot of you guys have been commenting that we should keep doing sponsorships next year, and we probably will some, but we definitely want to slow back down.
Yeah.
And just like slow our lives down again a little bit.
Yeah.
This has been a crazy, hectic year. We put so much time and research into planning this house, way more than people normally do.
Yeah.
We have been so particular about every tiny detail of this house. I know we're paying for it, but it was to a point where I felt bad for like the house workers at times, because like we had so many meetings with them that were hours and hours long, and then we kept making like small changes, and I had all kinds of weird requests that they'd never really heard of, like, I want a laundry chute. And they're like, we'll see if we can figure it out. And they did an amazing job. Yeah. They were seriously so wonderful. All of the people who worked on our house together have been so amazingly professional and helpful. Patient
with us, and don't show it on their face. After
we get settled in, we invited them all here for a home-cooked June dinner as in like gratitude.
Yeah,
but
they were super nice.
We really appreciated all of the work that they put into this. And I think we mentioned this several times throughout this year, but big stretch. Everything had to be decided before the house started being built. This included all of the bathroom fixtures and all of the kitchen fixtures, every single wallpaper, all of the light fixtures that we weren't going to install ourselves, all of the carpet and flooring. We got real life samples and we tried to imagine how things would look when it was put together. We really didn't know how it was going to turn out in the end, but for almost everything, I think it turned out absolutely amazingly, even better than I could have predicted. All right, June, I've been talking a lot. You should share your thoughts too.
Before Chan's topic, I think I have one thing I want to say. When Rachel said we have numbers of meetings that are each hours, like she didn't exaggerate, literally hours. And when I look it up, how long is like average time people spend on house meeting, and then they said average is like about 2 to 3 hours.
Oh God.
And it ended up being that long normally. We
had a lot of 6-hour meetings, and there were definitely meetings where I was in tears by the end of it, because for one, this was all in Japanese, so it was extremely tiring to go through. And then like every time we went in with a plan with ideas to be like, can we do this for this room? They would have, well, actually, because of this tiny thing, you can't do this here, so you'll have to do either this or this. And then we would have to be like, now I don't know, let's go home and rethink about it again. And that happened 200 times. That's actually probably an under-exaggeration. So many times. So again, thank you to the workers for being so patient with us. We were very particular about it, and I'm glad we were, because there were a lot of little details that I feel like would have been annoying if we hadn't caught them in time. For example, if you remember 2 apartments ago for us, June used to have a kitchen light where they looked like little ice cubes, and it was really pretty and cute. But then eventually when like the bulbs died in it, I was like, how do we change the light bulb? Turns out you can't. It was just a light where you can't change the light bulb. So once it dies, it's dead forever and it's just a piece of trash. What a horrible, horrible thing for the environment, but apparently that's actually kind of common with a lot of LED light fixtures. So originally, the down lights or the recessed lights that we have all throughout this house were a type of light where you could not replace the bulb in the fixture. When the light died, you would have to replace the entire fixture. And I only knew to check for that because we had that experience with June's previous light. And so I was able to change like 30 recessed lights in our house to recessed lights with exchangeable bulbs that I can replace like a normal human being does when a light burns out. Otherwise, we would have had to call the company to come replace each light bulb as they died, which they said cost about $100. Can you imagine that? 10 years from now, just every couple months we would have a light going out and then we would have to call and pay $100 to get the whole fixture replaced. That's insane. That is so insane. I'm actually furious at how bad that has to be for the environment. It is just, why does that option exist? Just do the one where you can change the light bulb. I don't get it. Anyway, lots of little details like that I was able to catch because I was so detail focused throughout this past year. Another detail that I caught was we had a couple spots originally where we would have a sliding door that would slide into the wall. So it was kind of like a hidden door, which would have been really cool and fancy. But I had experience with our previous apartments because in Japan, there are lots of sliding doors just for like everything. Outside doors, inside doors, lots of sliding doors all over. But cat fur would get caught under them and it would make it hard to slide after a while, and it would be really annoying to clean out. In some cases, almost impossible if it was an outside door because you can't lift the door off to get under it. And so I asked about these doors that slid into the wall and I was like, so how do we take the door off so we can clean underneath it? And they were like, oh, you can't. Once it's installed in the wall, it's there forever. You can't take it out. So, okay, how do we replace the door if it gets damaged? How am I gonna get the cat hair out? Because there was like this, there would have been like this much space under the door. You can't. So we changed the layout of the house so that it wouldn't have a sliding door that hit in the wall. They were all sliding doors that are on the outside, and none of them have rails for cat hair to get stuck under, so we can actually clean out all of them easily from underneath.
The hanging type?
Yeah, they're all hanging instead of like sliding on a rail on the ground.
I'm sure there's still a lot other things that we could have done, but I think you did a good job. One other thing that I personally appreciate you a lot was that they had an option that the American outlet, our house is international.
Yeah!
It's American.
Yeah! We have so many electronics from America and they're all 3-pronged.
All of our PCs.
Yeah, outlets in Japan are 2-pronged. And
it doesn't matter which way, which side.
Yeah, in some cases, like with Japanese cable extensions, even if you get an American 3 to 2-prong converter, you still can't stick it in because one of the prongs is slightly too large. And it was so annoying to have to find a converter and like a wall socket that you could stick it into every time we wanted to plug something in. So we found out in this house for $500 extra, we could just have all of the outlets be 3-prong American style grounded outlets. So now we can plug our stuff into any wall and it's amazing.
It was definitely worth it.
Yes, definitely worth it.
And one thing I learned is that what people say all the time is that when you build a house, just put like so many more outlets that you think you need.
Oh yeah, I was very specific about like having outlets on basically
I
every
think
wall.
I ended up having like more than double that I thought I would need.
Way more than double what they suggested. Also, we have way more lights than they suggested. We also have like way more windows than most people too.
Yeah, well, yeah, we need light.
Anyway, today we have a super special limited edition holiday box from Bokksu. So what's a kitty buckle?
Kitty is this type of white, light, nice feeling wood. Kitty is one of the material I'm thinking using for DIY projects for kitchen. Or like a knife stand or... Yeah.
These are handmade by Masuda Kiribako, which are really expensive boxes. Until December 30th, if you pay an extra $50, you can get your Bokksu in a Kiribako box. And Bokksu is giving away free tickets to Japan. We haven't even opened it yet. Any US residents who are subscribed to Bokksu by December 31st, the very last day of the month, you can be a new subscriber or an old subscriber, and also there are terms and conditions and alternate entry methods down in the description box if you want to get more info about that.
I really like the craftsmanship.
Bokksu is a monthly Japanese snack box subscription. This month we've got Hokkaido holidays.
Oh my god, Hokkaido.
Hokkaido.
ここです.
Japan is made of 4 main islands. Got Honshu, Hokkaido, Kyushu, and Shikoku. We live down here now. Like all the way down at the south.
Hokkaido.
Tokyo is here in the center. Hokkaido's all the way up here. We've been to about half of these prefectures.
Yeah.
What? Sorry, excuse me, I need to comment on this. I just saw corn tea from Hokkaido.
What's that?
June, what's corn tea?
Corn tea. It's a tea.
Whoa, look at all of the photos. They're
Of
like,
course, you body made on.
they're taken, like, I don't know, I like the background. It's very icy. Yubari melon.
Delicious melon.
Langue de chat?
Oh, langue de chat.
Langue de
It's
chat?
our favorite cookie, remember? The
Yes.
fancy, nice
the fancy,
cookie.
like, French style.
Is there only one in this box?
Nope, 2.
Yeah.
It tastes like cantaloupe. So I'm assuming it looks like cantaloupe.
Yeah, yeah. Umai.
Corn crunch choco?
Ah, tokibi choco. これも好き.
Corn chocolate? Oh, here's your potatoes
Nice.
from Hokkaido. Never in my life have I thought of corn. Wait, popcorn and chocolate go well together.
Yeah, reminds me of like a chocolate popcorn when we ate at the theater.
So actually,
美味しい.
it is very delicious. There's lots of corn and potato stuff in this box. It actually feels semi-American. This is butter shoyu, butter soy sauce flavor.
So good.
It's delicious. You get 2 of these bags, which is great because
Nice.
if you're sharing this box with someone else, you will definitely want to eat a whole bag yourself. We've gone through a huge phase of eating these. I actually stopped eating them for a while because I was eating so much popcorn and I ended up getting a kernel stuck in my gum. And I had to go to the dentist to get it out because it was in between my teeth and it was like way up there. Could not do it myself. It was very embarrassing. I haven't been eating much popcorn since.
Important information.
It was in there for like 2 weeks before I gave up. White peach kibidango.
It's peach? これきびだんご?
What's kibidango?
It's a snack that Momotaro gave his friends to beat Japanese devil Oni.
That means nothing to me. This mochi was delicious, and also I kind of just want to like smoosh it with my fingers. It was like one of those stress balls, but you get to eat it and it tastes like peach. Use our code and link in the description box to subscribe to Bokksu for a chance to win free tickets to Japan, and you'll get 10% off your subscription, and double and, how do I go up another octave with my and? Also, until December 30th, you can receive your Bokksu in this Kiribako for an extra $50.
I think I should leave this room ASAP.
Well, this is our bedroom, so I do not want this to stay here.
Before this is gone.
I'm the one who always gets upset with June for eating snacks in our bedroom because he eats like really strongly fish smelling snacks, and then I come to bed and the whole bedroom smells like fish, and I'm like, June, why did you do this to me?
I already stopped it.
No, June's never stopped eating snacks in the bedroom.
I already stopped it.
He says he can't even keep a straight face. June, please stop making our bedroom smell like fish. Do you want ants?
Stop eating fish stuff in the bedroom.
Now you just eat other snacks in the bedroom?
I had chocolate yesterday.
Here in our bedroom?
In my mouth.
God damn. June!
Don't worry, Rachel. I'll take care of this for you.
Thanks, June.
So you don't have to eat it here.
I appreciate your sacrifice so thanks.
You can have that.
Okay. All right.
See you guys.
Bye, June.
Next time.
Love you.
Thank you.
One of the things that struck me while we were planning this house was how much detailed knowledge you have to be able to make informed decisions on things. It takes a long time to do research so that you have this foundation of knowledge from which to make informed decisions. Like, I had to learn home networking just to know that we wanted Cat 6A cables in our walls instead of Cat 5E, which are the standard cables that our housing company used. Our housing company didn't even offer Cat 6A. I had to order them from America and have them install them in the walls next to the Cat 5E cables that they already have in there. So technically we can have like double internet in all the rooms that we have Ethernet outlets in.
When Rachel started talking to me about Cat 5 and 6, I was just thinking, you want 5 cats, 6 cats? What are you talking about?
I feel like we're at a point in society where the foundation of knowledge that you need to make informed decisions about most things in life is just so high that it's impossible for most people to do. Just who has the time to learn basic information about absolutely everything? No one. We were lucky that we had the time to do all of that kind of research, and we were really lucky actually to have like YouTube comments throughout our whole house building process, because there are a lot of you who watch this channel who have a lot of detailed knowledge. There's like an expert in every subject who comments on each of our videos, so we always have something to learn. I didn't know about off-gassing from carpets or like poorly made furniture until people in the comments let us know. And so because of that, we were able to choose for our second floor wool carpet, which is way safer and produces a lot less like VOCs than typical like nylon plastic carpets or whatever.
It was actually one of their house builders' standard option.
It was
really nice.
It was their recommendation too.
They gave us a great deal too.
Yeah, we didn't get central heating and cooling, so each room will or can have its own air conditioning unit. So since we don't want to like pay to heat every room all the time, it's nice to have carpet on the whole second floor so that it's not cold to walk on the floor up here.
We actually just ran one heater downstairs. And
Yeah.
Somehow it's working.
Yeah, we just have one going
Downstairs.
sometimes throughout the day, and it's working good so far.
Yeah.
I also tried my best to find options for everything that we could that were like wood or metal or glass rather than going with plastic, because everything plastic eventually breaks and it makes me so angry. So, like, there are a lot of little pieces you can't help it, you don't have a choice. Like the wall vents are all plastic pieces. There's no other option for that, but we did what we could.
Yeah.
But okay, I have been talking a lot. I have so much to say about this house. June?
It feels great to have a house for our family. And I'm just super happy that you're happy, but also see our cats running around because there are enough space for them.
Oh god, they love it so much.
Especially the carpeted floor. The second floor.
Nuggy's like a rocket. You can barely see him, like how fast he runs past you now up here.
Yeah. His agility.
It's so adorable.
His agility is awesome.
Yeah. All of our cats got used to the house from day one, except for Peachy. She took about a day.
I can't wait to do like a little DIY for our cats.
Yeah.
That's not done yet.
Yeah. But I mean, they're already so happy and active and engaged. Like, they're definitely moving around way more than they were in our apartment.
Especially up and down movement.
Yeah, they have so much space to explore and things to watch outside.
I also like the fact that I don't have to bend down in this house while I'm cooking. I'm really happy. I'm not used to it, so every time I do anything in front of the stove, like, I realize that I'm bending my back weirdly. But
The hood, because of the kitchen hood.
I'm so scared. It's still like in my brain. Oh, no, it's okay. I'm gonna enjoy so much growing this house together with you, I think. Yeah. I also like how we made it spacious. Not spacious, open. There are definitely a lot less walls to block anything compared to, like, let's say my parents' house, for example. Like, we wanted to be open and bright, so I really like about that.
Yeah. I was kind of worried about noise traveling too much since so much of this house was open, but because there's so much insulation in all of the walls, it's actually not that bad. even here in our bedroom, it's like directly above the living room, and all we have are sliding doors in between. But the sound is not that bad. Like if I'm up,
Unless you turn up the volume high when watching shows.
like really, yeah. If June gets up before me, it doesn't wake me up if he's doing stuff downstairs, which I was kind of worried it would, but turns out it doesn't. So that was surprisingly great.
I also just use noise cancelling headphone when I fall asleep, so it shouldn't really matter.
We also wanted to make all of the small decisions for spacing like slightly wider than they are in most apartments. Like we wanted the hallways to be slightly wider, the bathrooms to be slightly wider, the doors to be slightly taller. Turns out our doors are just floor to ceiling. So I'm not bumping into things anymore. Maybe I was just used to American sized houses. My brain just wouldn't adjust to like how narrow things were here, because now that we have this with like a little bit more space between things, I'm not bumping into stuff hardly at all anymore. I seriously started to think there might have been something wrong with me these past few years because I ran into things so much. I have so many bruises on my legs. But I guess that's like with you in your head. Even though you know something is not your size, you still end up bumping into it anyway sometimes. This whole house was designed specifically for us and our cats, and I think that was absolutely the best decision we could have done. I know in America, a lot, if you were to build your own house, which most people don't do, you kind of just buy someone else's house. But even if you were to build your own house, a lot of the times you just kind of make sure that all of your choices are something that someone else would want to buy later. Like a lot of people move into houses and they only paint the walls neutral colors. Like if they're gonna replace carpet, they replace it with neutral colors. And it always felt a little sad to me to not put your own like personal touch into things. But like this whole house, every decision is just us. And I love it. Every spot that we look in this house, it's a decision that we made. And I think that makes it like a lot more special to us. And of course here in Japan, houses only go down in value. So like it doesn't make sense to try to build a house to appeal to the general public anyway. People just kind of build what they want, and then if they have to sell it later, you'll sell it for less than you paid, for sure. Unless they're like maybe a couple neighborhoods in Japan where the value of the land is still going up enough to like offset the decrease in value in houses.
Yeah.
But not many places. The population is like stable, if not shrinking, so like the value of land in most places isn't really rising all that much. So it's not really a factor to consider that much, I think, when you design a house.
Yeah.
Just design it for yourself here. One thing we should say is that we are going to be taking a little bit of a break from making videos for a little while because, like we mentioned, we have so much to do. And because we just worked so much this year, we just want a little bit of a break to kind of like take things easy while we unpack and get things set up. One thing that was unexpected but a super pleasant surprise.
Oh, yeah.
Go ahead, take it away, June.
Our neighbors.
Our neighbors! They're so nice!
Super nice.
They're all so nice and they all love cats! Go ahead, talk. Tell some stories, June. I've been talking a lot.
My brain is slow and I can speak English well. Not to be rude or sarcastic, but it's so much more efficient for you to talk, so please help me explain how awesome our neighbors are.
Okay. I've asked June like 20 questions throughout this video to get his opinion on things, and he's just like, I don't know. So this is a video of me talking a lot, but it's not because I'm talking over June.
I agree with everything you say, that's it.
June, it is just, sometimes it's really hard to get June to say things.
I'm trying, I'm being I said several things. Our neighbors are amazing.
Okay. Thank you for your contribution, June.
One of the things I was really worried about is that because you're look foreign and you are American, and you know, it's something that, like, if I were you, I would be a little worried about it too. But
Yeah.
they're very welcome, and I'm so glad that they're nice and understanding about it. They're actually excited that they have like a foreigner now. So that was really nice.
While we were looking at land to buy to build our house on, June kept sending me all these Japanese articles of horror stories from like Japanese people who wanted a more countryside lifestyle. So like they moved into older towns and then they got bullied. Like if they put out the trash, it wouldn't get picked up because I don't know, for some reason people were just being petty. It was so scary. I was really worried.
That happens in Osaka, more cities too. Let's say this neighbor doesn't like this new person's building house because now he gets or she gets less sunlight, for example, and then I don't like that. I'm not gonna be nice to this person. とか.
And there were a lot of stories about like moms getting bullied by other moms when trying to take their kids to like the new school or whatever.
I don't know, there's so many, I think.
It was really scary. And so I didn't know what kind of neighborhood we would be moving into, but turns out we got so lucky. Everyone here is so nice and chill. The people behind us, the people in front of us, and the previous owners all fed the stray cats, and then we just met one of our neighbors to the side like a day or two ago, and they also love cats. They have 2 cats of their own, and then they also gave us a bunch of their vegetables. Everyone here has given us vegetables. They're so sweet, so much nicer than I could have ever hoped.
Reminds me of my grandparents and my uncles and
Yeah.
my farmer families.
Yeah. We mentioned before in like one of our garden videos in the past, I think in the video I filmed when our one neighbor guy just like walked into the yard and started cutting our grass without talking to us. Like he's the best. I love this guy. We ended up like paying him throughout the summer to take care of our lawn before we moved in. And he's still doing work for us, which we're paying for, of course. But now he's also invited us over to his place to make mochi later this month. So we're gonna go do that with our neighbors now. They're just so friendly.
Yeah.
Also, one of our neighbors looks like, the best way I would describe it is like Japanese George Clooney.
Which one?
You know the one.
Oh.
The one who
Patrols?
does, yeah, the one who does the patrols, the
Yeah.
security patrols.
Yeah.
He's so cool.
That is cool. I want to be like him when I get older.
When he left, June was like, oh my god, he was so handsome. He's probably 70s, maybe, ish.
Late 60s, I don't know.
But he's
he
really
looks
cool.
very young and active.
Yeah.
And
He's got like really
he's a great
straight posture.
gentleman.
Yeah. I think we both have a crush on him now.
Yeah.
The guy who has been helping us with our yard, he's like driven us all around the neighborhood and introduced us to like everyone. Not even just this neighborhood, like this whole area. He just keeps taking us places to like introduce us. So he took us to like a local cafe, and like the people there were so friendly. Like the woman, like she greeted us and like shook our hands, like
She was really
Rachel-san,
friendly.
June-san. I know, they're so, everyone here is amazing. I can't get over it. Every single time I just get so happy and I have to gush about it. They're just the best.
I'm so happy.
This is like the dream place.
And thank you, Michaela, by the way.
Oh yeah,
It was
thanks
all thanks to you, Michaela. It's all thanks to you, Michaela.
for suggesting we move to Fukuoka. Some people said that they prefer smaller spaces because they're easier to keep clean, but there's a lot of technology now that can help you keep places clean. So like we have our Roomba to vacuum our floors for us. Now we have a big dishwasher. We have a laundry machine that washes and dries together, and it's like a decent one, so it actually dries stuff without making it smell and whatnot.
I think I had 2 laundry machines. Wait, 1. 2 apartments ago. Yeah, that one was just...
Obviously we just moved in here, so things aren't dirty enough yet for us to have to start cleaning everything, but I don't think it'll be too big of a deal. Plus I've lived in American houses where I've had to do every single chore for the house before. I'm no stranger to cleaning windows or whatever.
We got all those cleaning tools already.
I really like cleaning. I like organizing. It's relaxing for me. It's calming. I like taking something messy and making it very nice and neat. It is very satisfying for me. So I enjoy this part of like living in a house. I'm actually super looking forward to this next month where I can like organize this house and make it like so neat and nice. Give everything a spot.
I guess it's a little bit unusual that house is not fully done, even though you already have moved in.
Yeah.
Like my sister or my friends or people finish their house, they move in, and then usually it's ready. But we have so much DIY spots we want to do ourselves. Take our time for our cats.
There are a lot of other like boring details, like none of our closets have handles or shelves because I didn't like the options that the builder had. So I was like, I'll do it myself later. So now I need to go build shelves. Anyway, we'll give you guys a full tour later on and like show making cat stuff and our cats exploring and everything. You'll see everything eventually. Just give us a little bit of time. We went a little bit of a break. Thank you guys so much for supporting us while we built this house. We would not have this without you guys supporting us so much. It took a lot of people to get here.
Yep.
So we are super, super grateful and appreciative. And
I mean, the loan just starts now, so.
I mean,
yay.
But at least now we're paying money into a loan, a mortgage, instead of rent. So even if the value of the house goes down, it's still worth something. We'll see you guys. I was gonna say soon. Maybe not soon enough. See you guys later. Bye.
Bye.